What's up, faithful? Welcome to the Niners Now podcast. 2024 season is here. The time is now. Let's go. Go Niners.
You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Bang, bang. Not again. Bang, bang. Time to bring the bass dirt.
Okay.
Do it for the bang.
Okay.
Do it for the bang. Okay. You ain't gotta ask who I do it for. Whole team iced up, dipped in that red and gold. Got a lot of sauce like this pasta. Pretty little face and I'm stacked like the roster. Clap, clap, clap for the best in the world. Tap, 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 tap in with your girl. Whole gang run it up. West side throw it up. Got the ops moving out the way when we pulling up. Deal dance. We just came through the end zone again. What you standing on? Real big business. City of the dubs, you know we stay winning.
Okay.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Niners Now podcast. I am accompanied with my co-host, Jess. Jess, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good. How was your holiday?
It was good. It was a nice long weekend. It was, it always goes by fast, but the holiday was nice. You?
Did you eat turkey?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the first year that I think in my life that I have not eaten turkey on Thanksgiving. We went to my cousin's house and they don't eat turkey. So we ate everything but turkey. So it was kind of weird, but the company was nice. So we had fun. We definitely have fun. It's just I'm so accustomed eating turkey at least once a year that it was kind of unusual, but it happens. I'm glad you guys, I'm glad you had a wonderful holiday. For those that are tuning in, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. Welcome to the chat. For those that are popping in, welcome. We're going to talk 49er football. We're going to talk about the season that we find ourselves in. We're going to talk about the Bears. We're going to mention injuries. Do the Niners still have it in them to make the playoffs? What do they need to do to get there? And can they? We're going to talk about that with my girl, Jess. Jess, let's start with the injuries. December 5th, which is today, George Odom, safety, questionable. Gross Matos, defensive end, questionable. Talanoa Hufanga, safety on injury reserve. He might, but he practiced on Wednesday, but they're not know for sure. Greenlaw's still out. Trent Williams, questionable. Nick Bosa, questionable. Kevin Givens, out with an injury reserve. Jordan Mason, out. Christian McCaffrey is done for the season. His little short time coming back. DFF is out, questionable. Jordan Elliott, questionable. Aaron Banks, questionable. So this year has not been the Niners' year when it comes to health. It's like for being as healthy as we were all last year, karma came back and bit us in the butt this year. Do you consider this year to be quite the 2020 season with the injuries, in your opinion, Jess?
Pretty close to it. It's unfortunate the way the season has gone, especially with the injuries. But it is football. Everybody has the injuries, but it is what it is.
Yep. What's up, King? Welcome. We got CJ in the house. What's up, guys? Says, hey, Beto and Jess, do you think it's fair that everyone keeps blaming Kyle and Purdy for this season? Purdy doesn't have a good O-line to start. Second, receivers can't get open and they can't catch. It's like they forgot how to catch other than the old faithful George Kittle has been coming through. But yeah, Jess, I'm going to let you respond first. I got something to say about that particular situation because that word faithful in the Niners language, I don't know if we should take it out because I don't feel that there are a lot of faithfuls out there when things are not going good. But what are your answer to CJ's question?
Well, do I think it's fair? No, I don't. But people need somebody to blame. Kyle Shanahan is a good coach. Does he have his flaws? Yes. Has this year been a down year for him? Yes. But if you look at everything that the team is going through, not just injuries, but we've had uh, three tragedies, with Charvarius Ward losing his daughter, Trent Williams losing his twins, and Ricky Pearsall being shot in August. It's a lot for a coach to handle, to keep everybody together. So that doesn't help. But you know what? Everybody needs somebody to blame, and to blame, Kyle and Brock Purdy. It's par for the course at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, you mentioned a lot of the situations that has happened off the field that people don't realize that these are people, human beings. Yes, we see them on TV as players. They're athletic players that make a lot of money, and we kind of forget sometimes that they're human beings going through real life situations, and losing your baby as Shavarius Ward and Trent Williams has experienced. It's not something that you can just, it's not like an injury where you heal and then you come back and start playing again. Emotionally, it takes an effect. And as a coach, you got to keep that locker room together. And then you're not only dealing with that unfortunate with Trent Williams and Charvarius Ward, but you're also dealing with injuries. You're dealing with the media, and you're dealing with fans, and you're dealing with all this. And overall, Kyle has kept it together. And Brock Purdy is not hasn't played well lately, but he is still, in my opinion, the future of this franchise. I hate the comparison that he's not Josh Allen, he's not Joe Burrow, he's not Pat. I don't want him to be none of them. Do I wish we would have had Patrick Mahomes? Maybe. Do I wish we would have had Josh Allen? Maybe. But that's not the situation. That's not real life. Real life is Joe Burrow belongs to Cincinnati. Josh Allen is with Buffalo, and Mahomes is with Kansas City. Our quarterback is Brock Purdy. What can we do as an organization to make ourselves better and support Brock Purdy? And for those that want Kyle Shanahan fired, no disrespect, but you got to really ask yourself, why are you allowing your emotions to get the better of you? Because that's what it is. And I hope it's your emotions, because if you sit down and remove the emotion out of it, you're going to realize that although Kyle has his flaws and although Kyle has made mistakes, the football that we've seen from 2017 to 2024, or 2023, I should say, has been getting better and better and better. Unfortunately, we had a down year. It happens. It happens. When the season's going well, Jess, and when we are winning, fans are very supportive of Kyle. They're very supportive of John Lynch and Brock Purdy. When we are going through adversity as we are going now, that is when you got to show your real loyalties of who you are as a fan. Support your coach, support your GM, support your quarterback. You may not have to like what they do, and it's okay for you to question what they do, whether you agree with it or not. But you got to support your team. This whole lack of support, it just bothers me. They want to fire everybody, but like you said, and you made a valid point, when things are not going well, everybody has to point the finger at somebody. Somebody needs to get the blame. And if it helps to blame Kyle, Kyle's a big boy. He's been going through this a long time. It does not affect him. But as a human being, I would think he would love to feel the support of the fan base when things are not going well. I know I would if I was the head coach. It's easy to get praise when things go well, but when things are not going well, and people tend to forget the Jim Tansulas, man. They keep forgetting the these coaches that were trash, quarterbacks that were trash. We get a quarterback that can play. We get a coach that can coach. We have good seasons, and then we get spoiled. And when things happen like this year, we want to abandon ship. We want to give up, and we want to compare. I see a lot of content creators comparing Brock to Josh Allen. He's not a Josh Allen. He's not this. And it's like, it's upsetting. It's like, leave it alone. Brock Purdy has his own skill sets. He can do, if you provide him the right players, if you surround him with the right offensive line that can protect him, this guy's not a bad quarterback. And so anyway, I don't want to sound redundant and repeat myself, but it's just frustrating when when fans give up on players, on coaches, on the team, when things don't meet their expectations of what they think the season should have went.
I will say this, that if they, you know, de- if they go their separate ways from Kyle Shanahan, we will definitely go back to a Jim Tomsula, Chip Kelly era. And it's funny because people like those same people who are saying fire Kyle are saying, "Oh, he'll get picked up right away by the Bears or whatever." Okay, well, if he's such a bad coach, then why is he going to get picked up right away?
Yeah.
There's 30 other teams that would, I mean, granted, Andy Reid is with the Chiefs, so there's 30 other teams that would love to have Kyle Shanahan.
Yes. And there are teams that will fire their current head coach if Shanahan became available. Listen, there's no guarantee that if we fire Kyle, that we'll get a coach that is worse. We could maybe get a coach that is 5 times better than Kyle. But am I willing to take that chance? No, because I know what we have in Kyle. I don't want to take that chance. Maybe we get a better coach. Maybe we don't. Maybe we go years without a good coach, and then we go back and be an embarrassment. People are not happy about this year. We're 5-7. We may not make the playoffs, and people are already complaining about this season. Imagine if we get rid of Kyle. This is something you're going to have to get used to season after season. If you can't handle this year, because our record is not the same that it was last year, how are you going to handle 4 or 5 years without Kyle? This is where I think people really answer via their emotions. They don't look through things the way they should. They want to blame somebody. They figure if we get another coach, maybe we'll get better. It's just like when players get released from other teams. Oh, my God. Oh, so-and-so got released. The Niners should go after him. That player got released. It's like, why do we have to go after every other player that get released? It's like they forget that the Niners hired Kyle and John Lynch, and all of a sudden, they don't know how to GM, and they don't know how to be a head coach. These fans that want to be a GM, who want to be a head coach, are criticizing and say they can do better from the comfort of their home. Why don't they have a job in an organization running it if they're so much better than the 2 people that we have there today, Jess?
I just saw a comment that, from Jose Avila. I wouldn't fire Coach Shanahan, but definitely try to look for a trading partner. Come on.
Who are you going to trade for? Which quarterback? I mean, which
Telling you,
coach is
right?
going to come?
Everybody says, oh, if we get rid of Kyle Shanahan, we could hire Ben Johnson. I'm telling you right now that the 49ers would not hire Ben Johnson. Jed York would not hire Ben Johnson. We would hire somebody like a Bobby Slowick from the Houston Texans who used to be with us. It would be somebody of that caliber. I'm telling you right now.
They're familiar with. Yeah, I know there's frustration, Jose. I know there's frustration, everyone. And listen, everyone's entitled to feel what they feel. 100%. Whether I agree with you, whether we agree with you or not, you are entitled to feel the way you feel. And I'm glad you guys are here and you guys are expressing your feelings, whether we agree with it or not. But who are we going to trade Kyle for? Kyle has shown what he hasn't done, and he's shown what he can do. We have winning seasons every year, except this year. And we have been to the playoffs.
You can't count. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you
No,
can't
that's
count
fine.
his first 2 seasons
No,
because
because he had
he
to
was
take everything
dealt
apart.
right. Like he was dealt hot trash the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, he had to build. He had to build the organization from the floor. It wasn't a situation like Jim Harbaugh, who happened to take over a very good team that was mismanaged previously. And no knock on Harbaugh, but he took over a good team. Kyle did not. Kyle took over a bad team and gutted it out. Left like 3 players left from the old regime and built it from the floor up. And then 2 years later, we're going to the Super Bowl. We lost, I understand, but we went to the Super Bowl in 2 years of these guys coming in. So, I don't know. Could another coach out there like Ben Johnson be a better coach? Maybe. What happens if we do hire Ben Johnson as an example and he flops? Because there's a lot of offensive coordinators that are good being offensive coordinator but not head coaches. And he flops. Then what? Oops. My bad. Can we bring Kyle back? Once he goes to another team, he's gone. So we got to be, kind of step back, get out of our feelings, and realize, are we better off without Kyle? And my opinion, no. No. Yes, we haven't won the last 2 Super Bowls that we went to. It sucks to go to the Super Bowl and lose. For me, as a fan that has been watching the Niners since the early 70s, I got spoiled, Jess. I got spoiled everywhere. Every 5 Super Bowl appearances, 5 Super Bowl wins. I got spoiled. Now we've been to 3 Super Bowls and we have lost. I always said, I wonder how the fans of Cincinnati felt. You get 2 different quarterbacks. You face the same team twice in different years in the Super Bowl, and you lose to the Niners. Well, now I got the feel of it because I experienced that with the Kansas City Chiefs. But listen, next year we can regroup, re-sign some people, maybe bring some free agents, try to draft better, or not better because I love this draft, but try to draft as we did this year and get better. There's always next year. If we don't finish out this year strong, there's always next year, but we got a quarterback in place. We got a coach. We got a good GM, in my opinion. Why go backwards instead of going forward, Jess? Hey, Leslie.
Yeah, I
Welcome.
mean, we have the head coach, we have the GM, we have the quarterback. We gotta retool the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line. We need somebody who on the other side of Bosa, because Leonard Floyd is just not it. And we have to do that. I mean, there's certain things we need to obviously that we need to do. Sorry, I'm watching the game here too.
What game?
um, Thursday night football.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. As I told you earlier before we
Um,
went live, I forgot about our picks. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean there's certain things we need to do. But you know what? We're still in this season. Next up is the Bears, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. One game at a time. Um, Again, like I said earlier, it's okay to feel the way you feel. Everybody is not always going to feel the same. Everybody's going to express what they feel and how you feel. And I can respect that. I don't have to agree with it, but I can respect it. But we have to be logical. We gotta be logical in what we say. I can't, it's like my marriage. I can't just throw the word divorce every time we get into an argument or a discussion that we don't agree on. I have to find a way to work things out. I don't just give up on my marriage because things are not going the way that I expected to go. I fight for it. My team is not playing well, not playing good football right now. But I'm not going to sit there, and I'm talking about me. I'm not going to sit there and throw my coach or my GM or my quarterback under the bus just because I am not getting the production of a season that I wanted to see. Shit happens. And we've been affected with injuries. There's been crisis that has happened to our players in a personal level. And you put all that and you got to jumble all that together. It's not easy. It's not easy. It affects, like Trent Williams, all the offensive line is probably, I'm saying the whole team, but mostly the offensive line, because that's who he hangs out with, is affected by this because they're brothers. They're close to one another. So if he lost Child, the whole offensive line feels it. Same thing for the defense when Charvarius Ward lost his daughter. It's not just him that goes through it. It's the team and the coach's job to try to get these guys to play when they don't feel like playing because they're down. And he still does it. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's not the season that I wanted. I wouldn't want to be 5-7 at this point in the season, but here we are. Who are the real Niner fans that are going to stand up and support this team, knowing that, okay, we don't make it this year, so be it. Let's get better and let's come strong next year. That's just my thoughts. I'm not going to give up on my coach. Some people call me a homer, so be it. People want and I'm not going to mention names, but some people want clicks. They want to take, it's like they're Niner fans, but they want to take the opportunity of the misery of the team to advance themselves in their channels. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to always remain faithful no matter what. And I can believe, and I can speak this about you, Jess. I think you wouldn't either. You wouldn't put yourself above the team. I think you'll support the team no matter what.
Yeah, that's for sure. 100%.
And again, to each his own. But let's read some of these questions that we have here. Jose Villa says,
I think that I think we should move on from the whole Kyle
"What's up,
Shanahan,
Terradome?
Brock Purdy thing.
What's up, Terradome?
And
How you doing?
let's talk some Bears
Some Bears. Well, let's
and what we need to do moving forward.
give me a second. Let's talk. Let's see, playoff chances. And it starts with the Bears this Sunday at home. The Bears are not a very good team. Caleb Williams has been struggling this year. They fired their head coach. Now the interim coach is running the team. Their defense is okay. There's a good chance that the Niners, if they can eliminate the mistakes, the self-inflicted wounds, depending who comes back and who's available, this, to me, is a winnable game. What do the Niners need to do, in your opinion, in this game to try to get this win? Because we're going to talk about every game that has to be won, but we start with this game first. What do the Niners need to do, in your opinion, Jess, to get the victory?
We need to run the ball and we need to stop the run.
Now, that's interesting that you said that because we have been lacking in the ability to stop the run. Our defense have been getting gashed, something they have to work on. And both of our top running backs are down. McCaffrey went down. He's out for the year. Now Jordan Mason's out. Now we have to kind of depend on Isaac Guerrero, a rookie. And they brought in another running back. I forgot. They got him off the Jets waiver wire, I think. They brought him in. It's a last name that I cannot even remember, much less pronounce it.
Anaconda.
Alaconda?
Anaconda.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that. But yeah, him. So, with that said, how do you feel with what you've seen so far of Isaac? They will give you confidence that we can be successful running the ball with him against the Bears.
Say it again.
What have you seen of Isaac Guerrero when he's been in there that will give you the confidence that we can run the ball well with him in the lineup against the Bears?
Well, once he gets going, um, he's really good. I mean, there are a few runs where he runs into like the backs of our O linemen. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what? I think he's ready for it, and we'll see what happens. It's next man up mentality.
Yeah. Well, it is easier said than done, but definitely next man mentality. I'm going to be interesting to. I have no expectations at this point of my team right now. I just wait and see. I have faith. I believe they can do it, but I don't have high expectation. I don't. I'm not telling people they're going to win, but I believe that you're right. If they run the ball well and stop the run, they have a chance of winning. Now, running the ball, I think they can be a little bit more successful than stopping the run. What do you think has been this year the lack of stopping the run? I know injuries, that's the obvious, but we have been getting gashed, particularly in the middle. What do you think at this point, at this late of the season, can the Niners possibly do to get better at stopping the run that they haven't done already?
I don't I don't really know. Really don't know. Hopefully that, they got to get it together. I mean, it's about execution and stuff like that. I mean, you just you know, got to get better.
The missed tackling has to get better. I see a lot of missed tackles, and that, like I said, is easier said than done. But I'm not here to, I've heard Niner fans that want to fire their defensive coordinator already, and the coach that the Bears fired, they want to bring him in as a defensive coordinator already. They want to bring Robert Saleh back in this light. That in the offseason, that can be a discussion, right? Maybe, depending on how we finish this year. But we're going through the season of 2024, Jess, in my opinion. I don't understand why Niners want to fire. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to fire this guy right now and then bring Robert Saleh and expect to win the next 5 games or so forth? I mean, we got to.
Well,
I don't get it.
one thing that this regime doesn't do is fire people during the season. So if there's going to be anything that happens, it's going to be after the season finishes. And I think we should move on from Nick Sorensen. I think we should move on from Brian Schneider. But they're not going to do anything about it right now.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. You never want your team to lose. You want your team to win. You want to make the playoffs, and you want to make a deep run in the playoffs. But I'm going to ask you a sincere question. You don't have to answer it. I respect if you don't. Based on the injuries, based on where we're at today, even if we do happen to make the playoffs, but we just kind of like stumbled into it, most likely, and I understand the saying goes, once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen, and that is true. But if we're not being dominant as we in years past, and we make the playoffs, I don't want to be one and done. So my question is this. At this point, would you rather not win games to get better draft picks, or because you're in an in-season mode, you don't want to hear about draft picks or position? Or are you one that says, you know what? Why not get better draft picks?
Well, I don't like talking about the draft in season, and I certainly don't want to tank to get a better draft pick.
Yeah. Uh, I personally have thought of that, and I don't care about tanking either, but it's just like we need help. We need to draft. And the higher, I'm not saying to lose all the games and so be it, but let's be honest. The higher, nothing's guaranteed in who you draft and where you draft, but the higher you draft, the better chances of getting better players that go up high. So to better this team, I know teams don't want to talk about draft. I mean, people don't want to talk about the future and the draft because we're within season. But I don't know if we can go far this year. Um, I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to lose, but I wouldn't be devastated if we lose because we really got to rebuild this team. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The way I look at it is it's one game at a time. Um, we're talking about the Bears, and
The Bears.
that's it. The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. I got a friend of mine that loves the Bears. And every day at work, the Bears, I'm like, oh, shut up with the Bears.
My
Uh,
brother-in-law's a Bears fan.
listen, if what's up, Don? How you doing, big sis? Good to see
Hey,
you.
Don.
Um, let's take a moment to talk about how a franchise has been cursed at the quarterback position as long as the Bears have. Even when they won the Super Bowl in '85 with Jim McMahon, he wasn't that good. I think the best quarterback they had was Cutler. And talk about a team. And if things are going the direction that I think they're going with Caleb, now still young, he's still a rookie, but man, if they don't hit on this kid, um, you think you got it bad with Brock Purdy. I mean, the Bears haven't had a good quarterback in years. You know what I mean? So I know we don't care about the Bears and they're not our team, but the reality is, man, it sucks when you don't hit on a quarterback. How important are quarterbacks? And I say all that to say this: why do people want to get rid of Brock Purdy if we do and we don't pay him because he's not worthy of it? Do you really want to go through another carousel of getting other quarterbacks? I mean, Caleb Williams was the number one pick. He might be a bust. So I don't know. Just do you want to gamble with drafting another quarterback and starting over again, or do you want to continue to install and build Brock Purdy for what you know that he can do?
I think I like Brock. I think we should keep Brock. We've missed on 80% of our first round draft picks. That's terrible.
That's a
So,
that's a scary percentage.
yeah. So I know that some people want to trade Brock and get a better draft pick and, but I don't like that.
Yeah. What's up, Bob? How you doing, brother? Welcome. Welcome. He says, season over. No one wants to play and risk. I don't know. Well, I don't know about the season over. I can kind of see where you're coming from, Bob, but nobody wanting to play. I see a lot of players out there playing hard. Fred Warner's one of them. Kittle's another, to say a few. I haven't, me personally, I haven't seen players quit on Kyle. And that's another thing that people don't realize about Kyle, for those that don't want him here. Players love to play for Kyle. Players respect Kyle. And people don't realize being a 5-7, there are a lot of coaches that would have lost their locker room by now. They would have lost players. I don't, and maybe call me biased, call me what you want, anyone, but I don't see the locker being lost at all. I see a team that is devastated with injuries, that is going through some turmoil with certain players in their private lives. And it's just a down season, but I don't see the lack of players trying to play. Have you seen it, Jess? Maybe I missed something.
No, I don't see players quitting. I don't see that at all. I don't see the, division in the locker room or anything like that. I don't see anything. Granted, I'm not in the locker room, but people who actually are in the locker room, like the beat writers and stuff, I mean, they're the first people that would say something if there was, and no one has said anything.
Yeah, I hear you. I want to address something real quick. And, Jose Avila, you're my boy, bro. Much love and respect, bro. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your loved ones and family. Love you, brother. But I don't know if I can agree with that. I have no more confidence in Mason. Um, I don't, again, it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I have not seen anything that Jordan Mason has done to waver my confidence in him. The guy is a downhill runner. The guy doesn't get that many opportunities because Kyle does lack in putting a player in when your starter is there. But every time Jordan Mason stepped in for McCaffrey, he gets 5 to 6 yards per carry. He dominates. He gets first downs. He doesn't get stopped. So where you lose the confidence in Mason, I don't know. Again, it's your opinion and thought, but I have not seen anything that Mason has done to waver my confidence in him. I am very confident in his ability. Corrindo, I haven't seen much. I can't waver my confidence in him. He's a rookie. But Jordan Mason, to me, is a damn good runner. And I love that he's on this team and he has a bright future on here. He led the league in rushing prior to McCaffrey coming back. So I don't get that concept. Where do you lose the confidence on someone who leads the league in rushing? Any thoughts to that of your own?
Well, his comment says he has more confidence in Mason.
Oh, did I misread that?
I think so, but I don't get the rest of it.
Yeah,
So,
I misread it. Jose, my apologies. I did say I love you, bro. So don't come after me. Okay. Now I like you more. I loved you, and I was like, I don't know. But no, okay, that's my boy. Okay, I misread it. I apologize. Maybe I have to get thicker glasses. I have more. I don't know where I got the lack of confidence. Maybe anyway. But okay. So we agree on. What's up, Austin Blackwood? Long time no see. Good to see you, my friend. How's the baby? He's a first time father. I believe your baby should be somewhere in the 6, 7, 8 month age by now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But congratulations on your child once again. And Jose, please forgive me, brother. I misread that. I got to change my glasses. Terradome says, let's hire Tomsula. Yeah, and I know he means that as a joke. But oh my goodness. I love Tomsula as a D-line coach. I love his fire.
yeah.
I love his passion. But that's it. I love Chris Kosarek, so I wouldn't want him back in that. If he wanted to work with Chris, that'd be great. But as a head coach, yeah, no way, no how. But that's the way we would go if we fire Kyle, which is absurd to even say out loud. There's no reason to fire Kyle whatsoever, man. And someone brought it up real quick. Yes, Terradome did. Let's take a moment, just for those that got affected. That were here in Northern California, not too far from where I'm at. There was a 7.1 or 7.0 earthquake that hit the Eureka area. Well, it's not really close. They were 8 hours away, but close enough. So let's take a moment for the lives that could have been lost. If there's any life, I did not read deep into it, but that's a strong earthquake. I don't know if you ever felt a 7 or higher in your lifetime, Jess, but those are very powerful earthquakes when it hits. So let's take a
No,
moment
I haven't.
for the people that might have lost their lives or gotten injured in this earthquake. Thank you. Yeah, 7.0 are you're gonna feel it. You're gonna now. It depends how long it's for that does the damage to buildings and people. The length of it, but that joke of 7 plus is yeah. I've been through a 7.1 in 1989 where I get the Golden State Bridge or I forgot what broke in half. Um, so my love and prayers to everyone that got affected. Thank you for bringing it up, Taro. And I think Don, remind me if you're in that area. If you are, I'm glad you're okay. So moving on, uh, looking, let's look at the remaining schedule of the 49ers, who they play with 1 week, 1 game at a time. We do host the Bears this Sunday at 1:25 p.m. Then we will host the Rams on Thursday night football. Then we go to Miami and face Miami in Miami. Then we come home and we host the Lions. Now the Lions might be not playing their best players. Depends if they already won the uh what's the word I'm looking for? Just help me out here. They're a number one seed. If they already had the number one seed, they can easily rest their players. That's a benefit for us. And then we finish off the season at Arizona against the Cardinals. We have lost one game to each of these three NFC West opponents. Can you see the Niners? And I get it. I know you're going to say 1 game at a time. But can you see the Niners going through this 5 teams and winning it all? And winning up at 10-7 and making the playoffs? Or even at 10-7, you think they'll make the playoffs?
You know what? I could see us winning out if we play better. Um, I think that this season has been a rude awakening for the guys. Um, but I could see us, finishing at 10-7, and do we make the playoffs? I still remain hopeful. Um, until we get that meme that says eliminated, then we'll be eliminated. But as of right now, I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. What's up? Let's see who popped in here. David Villa, welcome, welcome. Uh, any relations to my boy? No, you spell it different. Never mind. Um, let's see here. Daniel Cantu, welcome, brother. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. And everybody,
Hey,
thank you for
Daniel.
coming back. I haven't done a show in about three weeks. I was telling Jess before we went on air that I've been really busy doing things, getting things ready for the holidays, and um, doing things at home, and so I haven't had a chance to come on here. And a lot of people have accused me, not you guys, not nobody here, but people have accused me. Oh, Niner Sickness hasn't come on because we've been playing like trash, and he only comes on when the Niners win. And I'm like, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, it cracks me up. It's like, wow, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I have things, I do have a family and things that I have to take care of, and to me, it's fun. I love doing this. It's an enjoyment. It's a way of relaxing. It's therapy for me. When I get the privilege to hang out with my girl Jess on a Thursday, or talk to you guys, or hang out with my boy Pete and Brandon on a Tuesday, I look forward to those days. Win or lose, it doesn't matter to me in the extent where it's going to change my the way I feel about life. I want my team to win. I want to be excited about my team, but it doesn't affect my personal life one way or another, whether they win or lose. So I'm glad that I'm back on today with my girl Jess talking. Unfortunately, talking about a 5-7 team, but this is the time where you show your loyalty of your team. Now, I've been a Niner fan since 1974. I've been through my ups and downs. I've been through really good years, and I've been through a lot of bad years. And I enjoy the good years and have fun watching my team dominate. And I endure the bad years and looking forward to getting better the following season. It is what it is. It comes with the territory, right, Jess? Enjoy the good times and endure the bad times.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Who's winning, by the way?
Lions 7-0.
Who are they playing? Oh, the Green Bay Packers, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Jose Villa says, Beto, please read my comments again. No. You probably, this is a late pickup from you probably wrote it and I just barely seen it, but I stand corrected, brother. I stand corrected. Let's see here. Where are we on our? We're almost at our hour. Okay. Val Ramos is an hour. What's up, Val? Long time no see. My aunt and uncle live in Eureka. My prayers for them through this time. Like I said, unfortunately, my wife told me about the earthquake that happened earlier this morning. I haven't really dove in to read more about it, so I'm not really informed properly. So I don't want to, talk about something that I'm really not informed about in depth. But my prayers and love for all those that have been affected with this earthquake. Okay, Don says, I am, but I did not feel anything. I took my dog out to potty when it happened. That is a strong poop right there, Don. You got to tell your dog to chill out. He goes and poops and a 7.0 earthquake hits. What are you feeding your dog? All right, so Jess, who do you think will step up offensively for you against the Bears and put the team on their back? And let's go out and win this game, and I'm going to lead the way offensively.
I'm going to say George Kittle.
Shocker.
Day in and I know, but day in and day out, he's always ready to play and, always gives 100%. So I'm going to say George Kittle.
I like that. I'm going to give it to Brock. I think Brock is going to have a good game. I think Brock is going to put this team on his back and is going to lead the way. But in order for him to be successful, I agree. Kittle has to do his part, and I know he will. I hope Debo steps up and does his. I see somebody bring up Jennings. Oh, Daniel can too. Thank you for reminding me on Jennings. They asked Kyle, the media, I guess, and I didn't know this either, but I guess Jennings has not talked to the media in a minute. Kyle was even unaware of it. And Kyle did say he's a very emotional guy. He takes the losses hard. It reminded me of Frank Gore. Frank Gore was the same way. Frank Gore had a hard time dealing with losses when he came to the Niners and couldn't understand how players were celebrating and having fun after a loss. And I think Juwan Jennings is the same way. What are your thoughts? My grandma used to always say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. I think Jennings, respectfully, if he has nothing good to say, why talk to the media? But what are your thoughts on him not talking to the media, or do you even care?
I unfortunately this is like it's all like part of it. Like being an athlete, like, it's all part of it, like, you talking to the media, and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, you know what? You lose right now. We're at 5-7. I mean, Debo did the same thing, and Debo's a captain. I don't agree with, I mean, you could talk to the media. You don't have to like speak with them for a very long time, but just to kind of say like some thoughts and then that's it. You could be done. I mean, it's part of the territory.
I got you. So don't speak more than you have to, but at least as a player represent, because fans want to know what's going on, and they owe it to the fan. I understand it's not easy losing games and they take it personal, but you're right. A simple comment here and there, and then shut it down, move on. Especially from a captain, right? Um, because, like you said, if I didn't know that Debo hasn't done it either, but what kind of example are you showing the rest of the players that based on your emotion you talk to the media, and when you don't want to talk to the media, you avoid them. um, I know you come from an old school way of thinking, Jess. So do I. So you kind of have to just step up to the plate, especially as a leader, and do what you got to do, because like you said, it comes with the territory. So it's nicer when you win, right? But you got to step up. And that's one thing I give Kittle credit for a lot. Win or lose, whether he has a great game or a bad game, whether he was the reason why he won the game or he might have been the reason why we lost the game, he talks to the media. I mean, you can tell sometimes it's hard for him to do it, but he does it. So I do give him props. That to me is a true leader and what captains should do.
Yeah, I agree.
So as we get out of here, give us your prediction in this game. Which way do you see this game going?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the Niners get this win to bring us to 6-7. And I'm actually gonna say that we're gonna hit 30 points.
We're playing the Bears. I like it. So what was it? 30 what again?
I'm gonna go 30-17.
30-17. I like it. I also expect, what's up, David McNiner? Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
David.
I agree. I think the Niners, they're they're a very good team with a lot of injuries that it's not going their way, but they're a very prideful team. And I think they're going to muster a very good game. Like I said earlier, I think Brock Purdy is going to kind of put that team on his shoulders and go out and play well. Not that he hasn't, but he's going to play better. And I see this game going 34-17. 34-17 Niners. And I expect a win against the Bears that are not a very good team. They have issues of their own, and hopefully our defense will step. Before I let you go, who will sack the quarterback first on the defense?
I'll say Leonard Floyd.
I hope so. I mean, since both have been out, he's been stepping up, but he has been. The Leonard Floyd has not gone without double-digit sacks in a lot of years, and it's like he finally comes to us and like crap. I don't even know where he's at, but I don't think he's double digits yet. So hopefully
No,
he'll.
I don't think so.
Hopefully he'll get a one or two, if not more. I would love to see what's his name, 99, get a sack. I like him. So I can't think of his name right now.
Malik Collins.
Malik Collins, yeah. I hope he gets a sack in this game. But 34-17, you said 30-17 is our score prediction. If you guys want to put in the comments on next Thursday when we come live, I can go over all the score predictions. We can talk about it on our next show. Jess, thank you for coming on with us today. And I look forward to talking to you and everyone else next Thursday, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Until then, remain faithful.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.